Welcome to Craziest Top 10s, the channel where we dive into the most thrilling and chilling stories you've ever heard. Prepare yourself for a journey into the unknown, where every shadow hides a secret and every whisper tells a tale. Get ready for a countdown that will send shivers down your spine as we unveil the top 10 scariest stories ever told. These are not just stories, they are experiences that have left an indelible mark on those who lived through them. Over the next 10 videos, we'll be exploring the dark side of reality, where nightmares bleed into the waking world. Each episode will take you deeper into the abyss, revealing the horrors that lurk just beyond the veil of our understanding. Each story we explore is based on true events and actual accounts. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single terrifying tale. Join us as we venture into the unknown, uncovering the mysteries that lie in wait, ready to be discovered. Our journey into the terrifying unknown begins in 1995 in a quaint antique shop nestled on a quiet street corner. This shop, with its dim lighting and eerie treasures, seemed like a portal to another world, a place where the past lingered in every shadow. It was owned by Margaret, a woman with a keen eye for forgotten treasures and a passion for the stories they held. Her shop was a sanctuary for the past, each item a relic with a tale to tell, and Margaret was the keeper of these stories, always eager to share them with her customers.
One day, a new arrival caught my attention. A painting shrouded in an unsettling aura of sorrow. It was unlike anything I had ever seen, its presence almost palpable, as if it were alive with emotion. The painting depicted a woman, her face obscured by a veil of tears, her eyes filled with a deep, haunting sadness. The artist had captured her grief with such chilling realism that it felt as though her sorrow could reach out and touch you.
The artist had captured her grief with chilling realism, the canvas practically radiating an aura of despair. It was as if the painting itself was weeping, the tears of the woman in the artwork mingling with the paint to create a haunting masterpiece. Margaret, despite the unsettling feeling the painting evoked, felt drawn to it, compelled to add it to her collection. She believed that every piece of art had a story, and this painting's story was one she felt she needed to uncover. She carefully hung the painting in her shop, its presence immediately changing the atmosphere. The air seemed heavier, the shadows deeper, as if the painting had brought a piece of its sorrowful world into the shop. Customers who had once browsed leisurely now seemed hurried, their gazes darting nervously towards the weeping woman. The painting's presence was undeniable, its sorrow seeping into the very fabric of the shop.
Some even complained of a sudden chill, a feeling of being watched, as if the woman in the painting were aware of their presence. It was as though her eyes followed them, her sorrow reaching out to touch their souls.
Margaret initially dismissed these occurrences as mere coincidence, the power of suggestion influencing her customers' perceptions. She was a practical woman, not one to believe in ghost stories or haunted paintings. However, as the days turned into weeks, strange events began to plague the shop, events that could no longer be ignored. Objects moved inexplicably, their positions shifting overnight as if guided by unseen hands. Objects moved inexplicably, their positions shifting overnight. Margaret would find items in places she was certain she hadn't left them, the shop's layout subtly altered by an unseen force. Soft sobs, barely audible whispers of despair, seemed to emanate from the painting itself. It was as if the woman in the painting was crying out, her sorrow echoing through the shop. Then came the misfortunes of those who dared to purchase the painting. Each new owner seemed to be cursed, their lives unraveling in the presence of the weeping woman.
The first buyer, a young couple captivated by its tragic beauty, returned it within days, their faces pale, their voices trembling as they recounted a series of unsettling incidents in their home. They spoke of cold spots, disembodied voices, and the feeling of an unseen presence. They spoke of cold spots, disembodied voices, and the feeling of an unseen presence. Their once warm and inviting home had become a place of fear and unease, the painting sorrow infecting their lives.
The second buyer, an art collector with a penchant for the macabre, met a similar fate. His fascination with the painting quickly turned to dread as his life began to unravel. He experienced a string of business failures, his health deteriorated rapidly, and he was plagued by nightmares so vivid, so terrifying, that he swore the weeping woman haunted his waking hours. His once thriving career was in shambles, his nights filled with terror. Word of the cursed painting spread through the town like wildfire, each retelling adding to its sinister reputation. The painting became a local legend, its story growing with each telling. Margaret, now convinced that the painting was the source of the unsettling events, decided to investigate its origins. She delved into the history of the painting, determined to uncover the truth behind its sorrowful aura. Her search for answers led her to the name Richard Hargrove, a little-known artist from the early 20th century. Hargrove's life was shrouded in mystery, his works filled with a profound sense of loss.
Hargrove, she discovered, was a man consumed by grief. His life had been marked by tragedy, his art a reflection of his inner turmoil. He had lost his wife and child in a tragic accident, their deaths leaving him utterly broken. His grief was so profound that it seemed to seep into his very soul, his art becoming an outlet for his sorrow. He poured his sorrow, his despair into his art, his final masterpiece being the very painting that now hung in Margaret's shop. The weeping woman was a reflection of his own grief, her tears a mirror of his own. Local legend claimed that Hargrove, unable to cope with his loss, had taken his own life in front of the canvas, his anguish forever imprinted upon it. His final act of despair had bound his spirit to the painting, his sorrow becoming a part of its very essence.
Desperate for answers, Margaret contacted a paranormal investigator, hoping to understand the true nature of the painting and its connection to the strange occurrences. She needed to know if the painting was truly cursed, or if there was another explanation for the events that had plagued her shop. The investigator, a woman named Sarah, specialized in cases involving objects imbued with residual energy, echoes of past emotions and traumas. She had dealt with haunted objects before, but the weeping woman was unlike anything she had encountered.
Sarah approached the painting with cautious curiosity. She could feel the weight of its sorrow even before she laid eyes on it, the air around it thick with emotion. As she stood before it, she felt a wave of profound sadness wash over her, a tangible sense of grief and despair. It was as if the painting was alive with emotion, its sorrow reaching out to touch her. Using her equipment, she detected unusual energy fluctuations around the painting, confirming her suspicions. The painting was indeed imbued with a powerful residual energy, the echoes of Hargrove's grief trapped within its canvas. The painting, Sarah explained to Margaret, was not possessed by a malevolent entity, but rather, it served as a conduit for Hargrove's intense grief. His emotions, his despair, had seeped into the canvas, becoming trapped within the very fabric of the painting. His emotions, his despair, had seeped into the canvas, becoming trapped within the very fabric of the painting. The weeping woman was a reflection of his own sorrow, her tears a mirror of his own.
Following Sarah's advice, Margaret attempted to cleanse the painting, to release the trapped energy. She hoped that by doing so, she could free the painting from its sorrowful aura and restore peace to her shop. She tried everything from smudging with sage to playing calming music, but nothing seemed to work. The painting's sorrow was too deeply ingrained, its grief too powerful to be easily dispelled. The weeping woman in the painting continued to stare out with the same haunting sadness, the air around it still thick with sorrow. It was as if the painting itself was alive with emotion, its sorrow reaching out to touch anyone who came near. Eventually, Margaret decided to remove the painting from her shop, donating it to a local museum. She hoped that perhaps in a place dedicated to history and art, the painting's energy would be neutralized, its power to inflict misfortune diminished. She hoped that perhaps in a place dedicated to history and art, the painting's energy would be neutralized, its power to inflict misfortune diminished. The museum, intrigued by the story of the weeping woman, decided to display the painting in a special exhibit dedicated to art and the supernatural. The museum, intrigued by the story of the weeping woman, decided to display the painting in a special exhibit dedicated to art and the supernatural. The painting became a centerpiece of the exhibit, its sorrowful aura drawing visitors from far and wide. To this day, the painting remains a popular attraction, drawing visitors from far and wide, each hoping to catch a glimpse of the weeping woman and experience the unsettling aura that surrounds her. Some visitors claim to feel a chill as they stand before the painting. Others report feeling a sense of unease, as if they are not alone. Some visitors claim to feel a chill as they stand before the painting. Others report feeling a sense of unease, as if they are not alone. The painting's sorrowful aura seems to reach out to touch everyone who comes near, its grief a palpable presence in the room. The museum has even recorded instances of strange occurrences near the exhibit. Objects moving inexplicably, soft sobs echoing through the silent halls. The painting's sorrow seems to linger in the air, its grief a constant presence. The painting of the weeping woman remains an enigma, a chilling reminder of the enduring power of human emotion and the mysteries that lie at the intersection of art and the supernatural. Its true nature, whether a conduit for residual energy or simply a vessel for the artist's profound grief, remains a subject of debate. Its secrets as elusive as the tears on the weeping woman's face. Its true nature, whether a conduit for residual energy or simply a vessel for the artist's profound grief, remains a subject of debate. Its secrets as elusive as the tears on the weeping woman's face. The painting continues to captivate and unsettle, a testament to the power of art to convey the deepest of human emotions. Would you dare to own a cursed object? Imagine the thrill and the terror of having something so mysterious in your possession. The painting of the weeping woman stands as a chilling reminder that some things are best left undisturbed, her sorrowful eyes telling a story of endless grief and torment. Their stories are a testament to the enduring power of human emotion and the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding, weaving a tapestry of fear and fascination. But our journey into the darkness has just begun. There are many more tales waiting to be uncovered. Our next story features another spine-tingling tale that you won't want to miss. Prepare yourself for a deeper dive into the unknown. Make sure to like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement helps us bring more eerie stories to light.